Good morning, everyone. Welcome along to the south of France and to Paul Ricard for the 12 hours of Paul Ricard, the penultimate round of the 24H series for 2025. We are under blue skies and pretty hot conditions for a full straight 12-hour race. All the way through, no breaks, no dividing the race into two different days. This is a straight 12-hour race with a grid of 32 cars. And as I said, it forms the penultimate round of the European series of the 24H series, which began in Mugello back in March. We then visited Spa in April, which were two split 12-hour races. Misano was a straight 12-hour, much like we have here at Paul Ricard. And then at the end of September, the traditional closer to the European series, the Barcelona 24 hours, the only 24 hours on the 24-hour series calendar for 2025. And then newly announced, the start of December, there is a new race, the Sepang 12 hours, now promoted by Creventic, and very excited to get cars over for the start of the Middle Eastern Championship. As I mentioned, it's blue skies out there, a little bit of dust and haze blowing in from the Sahara, but our sensors at the moment saying an air temperature of 30 degrees. I'm sure the arch and the bridge over the grid that's forming is saying it's a little bit warmer, and we're expecting 36 degrees, which means around 60 degrees track temperature. Oh my lord, those Michelin tyres are going to take a beating. Those drivers in those cars are going to take a beating. It's going to be a proper endurance challenge for all of our teams. It's been a lot of drama already. The start of December, there is a new race, the Sepang 12 hours. We have set our grid promoted on that grid, melting away already to get cars over. Little Scottish lady of the Middle Eastern Championship. Morning, Diana. How are you? As I mentioned, it's blue skies out there. A little bit of
good morning,
dust
Ben.
and haze blowing in from the Sahara.
Down here, trying to stay in the shade.
Sensors at the moment saying an air temperature of 30 degrees. I'm sure
these competitors are challenging for. This trophy here
that's forming is saying it's a little bit warmer, and we're expecting 36 degrees,
morning, ladies.
which means
How are you?
around 60 degrees track
they've got the
temperature.
brodies ready, so they're keeping
my
quite
lord,
cool
those Michelin tyres are going to take a beating. Those drivers in those cars are going to take a beating. This is going to be a proper endurance challenge for all of our teams. It's been a lot of drama already in the practice and qualifying days, and we have set our grid. On that grid, melting away already, is our little Scottish lady, Diana Binks. Morning, Diana. How are you? Are you hopefully not too warm?
Good morning, Ben. Good morning, everyone. Yes, it is pretty warm down here. Trying to stay in the shade as much as possible before the race gets underway. But let's show you what these competitors are challenging for. This trophy here is what they will receive if they end up on the top step of the podium. Morning, ladies. How are you? You well? They've got their brodies ready, so they're keeping quite cool down there. Let's go back onto the grid now, and if we have a look at Into Africa Racing by Dragon Speed, they took pole position yesterday, and I think everyone might be in the shade. I think they are over there. So let's go and see if we can see Exo and Axel. If we could have a little chat. I'm dragging them out of the shade, unfortunately, to get them next to the car, so you can see this incredible car here. Axel, first of all, how are you feeling this morning?
Pretty good. We slept well. It's a little bit hot today. I think it's a bit hotter than it's been all weekend, so it'll be a long one, but we'll see how it goes.
What's the strategy plan for the race? Obviously, you picked up as much information as you could. Yesterday, we had a nice chat during the qualifying sessions. You were happy with the pace that you found. What's the strategy from what you learned yesterday going into today?
I think at the end with racing, we're just going to give it our all every single lap. The most important thing with endurance racing is just no mistakes, keeping the car in one piece, and yeah, just try to be consistent, and then we'll see where we are after 12 hours.
What's the approach for the start going to be for you?
For sure, we have to try and optimize. I mean, there's a couple of other pros starting as well, and we need to try and create a bit of a gap for when our bronze drivers jump in. So there's no real strategy, just to go out there and do our best.
You're looking forward to it?
Of course.
Absolutely, thank you. Thank you, Axel. Good luck to you and the team, and alongside them in the Red Ant Racing number 93. I can see a few familiar faces here, but let's talk to the man in charge, of course, first of all. How are you, sir, this morning?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Very well, very hot, but very well. We'll keep saying that all day, unfortunately. So how are the team feeling? You've had a chance to have a chat after qualifying yesterday. What's your approach going to be for the race?
We're going to try to win it. So that is always the approach of our team. It's always been like that. And after qualifying, we're fairly happy.